Hello, this is Niro, the founder of Bay Area. In my previous video that I talk about that why mindfulness is very important and how we can really practice the mindfulness and what is mindfulness is and what is it about and why it's really needed. The mindfulness is about that having a consciousness or concentration what you really do. You're giving the fullest attention to what you really do. So, for example, if you are talking to your child, so give the fullest attention to the child. And if you're doing writing an email, just bring the fullest attention to what you write. Do not get distracted with the outside world. So, and the other thing is like, for example, why this is important in the corporate world. And I most of the time as a transformational coach in corporate world, as well as I guide women to transform their health, wealth, as well as the career. So in this space, I talk about that how do you really come into the state of consciousness. So it is important for us to understand that how we can really bring the fullest attention to what we do. These days we all get very distracted easily due to the social media or due to the games and all this so much there are so many varieties in the world and the options. Because of the many options we get so distracted with these options. So so how do you use the mindfulness to your day-to-day work and to transform yourself? I want you to practice this for 5 days and to see that how did you really feel it, and I want you to come back to me and tell that how do you really felt it and how you really improve yourself by using this technique. So I want you to before we go into these techniques, I want you to sit down, sit straight, and because we're not going to close our eyes, because the mindfulness is that we are practicing something day-to-day life, and we are awakened and we open our eyes. So this is something that you can do every single minute that you are alert. When it's just kind of like an alertness and having the fullest attention to what you do. So I want you to sit straight and think about what motivates you to do this. Maybe it's because that you were so distracted with the outer world and you wanted to calm your mind, or you wanted to increase your productivity. If you're a business owner, what made you think on that? And because most of the time when we are really stressed, when we are really not in the awakened state, we produce the cortisol, which is a very toxic hormone. And when that happens, your body gets so lethargic and your productivity goes really down. So when we bring our mindfulness, when we increase our mindfulness, when we are in the conscious state, awakened state, what happens is we create the oxytocin, which is the happiness, the compassion that you create. You're in the blissful state all the time. So this is what this triggers you to create more productivity and bring solve your queries, solve your problems, as well as your decision makings will get better and better. So let's practice before we do anything. So we just practice this first, and then sit straight. For you to calm your mind or bring your fullest attention, I want you to close. This is just to relax your body, that's all, and then you will open your eyes again. So I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. When you do that, you will feel that your belly is rising, and when you exhale, take the fullest attention to how the breath is going out of your body. Of course, if you are having some sinus problem, or you're having cold or any nasal congestions, you can breathe from your mouth, but it's better doing from your nose. And then after that, I want you to think about what motivates you to do this. And you must think about that this is just because that for my inner benefit as well as for the benefit for others. You can, when you bring this state, because your outer world will change. Your energy, the energy that you talk is going to be changed. So this is important for us to really ground ourselves with our motivation. What inspired you to do this? And then after that, you bring your fullest attention to your breathing. So when you think about your breathing, and think about either where the belly rises, or either the subtle sensation that when you feel when you breathe in, when the air goes through your nostrils, the subtle sensation that you feel, you bring the attention to that subtle sensation. I do not want you to do this for many minutes. I want you to clock it and just do it for 5 minutes for 1 week. So when you practice that subtle sensation, bring your fullest attention. While you're doing this, you could do after three breaths, I guarantee you will go back to your lunch. What's in my lunch? Or what's for dinner? Have I really written that email? Oh my God, I haven't done that. So if your mind talks, and if mind wanders, and if that goes in a journey, and you are aware, and you bring that back to your attention. So the awakened state is like you aware and you bringing that back. So once you practice that, when you bring that, so how do you really close this? So you bring your attention again, saying that thank you for having this attention. I thank myself to giving this opportunity to make this happen, and bringing the awareness into my body and to the outer world. This will bring the productivity. This will make me into the next level of my consciousness, and I will be in the fullest blissful state. So whatever you feel that need to be resonated, and then after that, for you to come back to close this meditation, you go back to the contact points that you practice first. Like you bring your fullest attention to where you sit, and then you say thank you, and you can complete the meditation. So this is a small technique, but very powerful. If I want you to do it for 5 days, or either for 1 week, once you have done that, then what you can do is you can either email me or either tell me that how did you feel it, and I love to hear that your experience about this. And yes, I'll talk to you more about this topic more and more during this week, and let's see how we can do. And let me know whether you what are the things that you like to improve in your life to transform yourself, and how you wanted to success in your life. Bye for now.